Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel, and today welcome to my Club World Cup quarter-final predictions. Of course, there are 8 teams left in the Club World Cup, and we're going to find out who is going to go through to the semi-finals. And obviously before I do get into this video, I'm not going to pretend nothing's happened. Obviously, the very sad news, obviously, of the passing of Diogo Jota alongside his brother, Andre Silva, which obviously it's very, very sad. It's caused a lot of shock. A lot of people are surprised by it. No one really expected it to happen. I know I didn't at all. And I mean, when I first found out, I just couldn't believe it. I literally woke up, went onto Instagram, and it was the first thing I saw on Instagram, and I just couldn't believe it, really. And it's just so sad, really. And I was literally saying to my friend Cody yesterday, and quite a few people, that I think of all the recent deaths we've had in football, I think this is the one that's really hit the most, because it's a current player and just no one was just really expecting it at all. And I think as well, people's opinions on life have changed as well. And I think one quote about life that's going to stay in my head for the rest of my life, and it's three words, a three-worded quote, and that is: tomorrow isn't promised. Because it is never. You just never know when you are going to die. You don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. It could be in 10 years, it could be 20 years, it could be in the next half an hour. You don't know. You simply do not know when your life is going to end. And also as well, I think you've got to be very appreciative of everything that happens in your life. Appreciate everything. Hug people, make sure you check on others, your family, your friends, everything, because it's so important now. And just most importantly, rest in peace, Diogo Jota and Andre Silva. Gone but not forgotten. And also, you'll never walk alone. But let's go on to the video now. And the first game is tonight. It is an 8 o'clock kickoff as Fluminense take on Al Hilal. Now, I don't think anyone really was expecting this to be a Club World Cup quarter-final. I think most people were expecting it to be Manchester City taking on Inter Milan, but it's not. It's Fluminense and Fluminense and Al Hilal, sorry. And I mean, I did watch the Fluminense. I watched both games. Fluminense, I thought they thoroughly deserved to go through. I thought they were the better team, in my opinion, and just Inter on the night, I thought they were just very, very poor. I just thought the way they played, they just couldn't match Fluminense. I think Al Hilal got to watch out for Arias. I think he looked quite good against Inter Milan. He's very fretful down the wing, so Al Hilal got to be careful about that. But overall, it was a very good performance from Fluminense, and I think they deserve to go through with that performance. And of course, for Al Hilal, I mean, I don't think anyone was really expecting that, were they? Mad, really. I mean, I fell asleep at half time, which was quite annoying. And I mean, from what I saw in the first half, I was expecting to wake up and see Manchester City had gone through. But what I woke up to, I was in shock. I couldn't believe it, really. And I mean, I was just saying to myself, what the hell happened to Man City in that second half? And from watching the highlights of the rest of the game, Al Hilal just looked a different team in that second half. Obviously, they continue to play that defensive setup, which obviously Inzaghi likes to do. But I mean, they were better going forward for me in the second half. I think, scoring like after 40 seconds or something, I think that was really needed for them. They needed to try get an early goal to get back into the game, which obviously they did. And of course they got the second. But I mean, that second half, it was just mad, really. It really was. It was end-to-end stuff. And obviously fair play to Al Hilal for getting the job done, because I don't think anyone was really expecting it. And I think this could go either way, this game. Fluminense could nick it, Al Hilal can nick it. And it's just kind of mad, really, that one of these two teams are going to be in the semi-finals of the Club World Cup. I mean, I don't think anyone would have expected one of Fluminense or Al Hilal to be in a Club World Cup semi-final at the start of the tournament, which is kind of just mad, to be honest with you. Obviously, I think we know how Al Hilal are going to set up. They're going to be quite defensive and quite hit Fluminense on the counter-attack. But Fluminense obviously have got some very good attacking players. They've got Arias, they've got Cano, they've got some very good players, and I think Fluminense have got a very good team. And also I think both keepers are going to be quite important as well. Filippo, 44 years old, by the way. Filippo, the goalkeeper for Fluminense. I mean, I thought he played brilliant against Inter Milan. I thought Yassine Bono was probably man of the match, or superior player of the match as it is in the Club World Cup. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, in my opinion, in that game, to be honest with you. And like I said, I think it should be a very good game. I think it could really go either way. It's definitely 50-50. But in the end, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to go all the way to penalties. And I think Yassine Bono is going to be the hero. And I think Al Hilal are going to win on penalties. So my final score is 2-2 and Al Hilal to win on penalties. And next up we have got Palmeiras taking on Chelsea, which again, another good game. Obviously Chelsea, the only English team left now, obviously after Manchester City getting knocked out the other day. Obviously Chelsea, I mean, they eventually obviously won their game. I mean, that game felt like it was just going on forever, to be honest, that Benfica game. But Chelsea obviously getting the job done, and I think I can see my mum's car over there. Sorry about that. But yeah, obviously they eventually got it done, and I think you could tell that they just had enough, and I think that kind of waiting, getting a bit annoyed, kind of motivated the Chelsea players to go out and win, which they did. I think after Chelsea scored to make it 2-1, you could tell they were absolutely buzzing. But this will not be an easy game for me, for Chelsea. Palmeiras are a very good team. Also, they're going to be coming up against one of their future players in Esteval. I mean, he's been very good in this tournament, so we're going to have to see how he gets on in this game. But I mean, he's probably been Palmeiras' best player, let's be honest, in this tournament. But as well, Chelsea obviously are a very, very good side. I think they're dangerous going forward. I think Pedro Neto is someone Chelsea have got to watch out for. So Pedro Neto, I think Palmeiras got to watch out for Pedro Neto, because obviously he is a very good player. I think he's been very good in this tournament. I think Chelsea going forward have been very good, and I think we've seen it in all the games Chelsea have been involved in. Going forward, they have been quite good. So I think Palmeiras have got to be careful about that. Obviously Palmeiras as well, defensively they're decent, going forward they're decent. I think this should be a really, really good game. I think Palmeiras have got a very, very good chance of knocking out Chelsea. Do I think it'll happen? I hope it does, because I am a Tottenham fan. But I think Chelsea are going to nick it in extra time. My final score is 3-2 to Chelsea after extra time. And next up, we have got Paris Saint-Germain taking on Bayern Munich. Of course, I am back in my house now. That doesn't matter. Anyway, of course, PSG taking on Bayern Munich, an all-European clash. I think this should be a very good game, in my opinion. Obviously, PSG pretty much cruising in the end past Inter Miami. I mean, it was literally PSG dominance, really, from start to finish. I mean, Inter Miami, they looked a little bit better in the second half, but just overall, Inter Miami were very poor, and PSG just ran riot over them. Bayern obviously won 4-2 against Flamengo. Good win for them. Harry Kane with 2 goals, 2 very good goals as well by the Englishman. And I think overall, I think both teams probably did deserve to go through. Obviously, these two have already met each other. I think they played each other at some point in the Champions League phase, which I think PSG won. I'm not really 100% sure. I think I think Bayern won like 1-0 or something. Can't really remember from the top of my head. But overall, I think it should be a good game. Obviously, PSG will be favourites because they are literally the best team on the planet right now. But Bayern are a good side, you know. I think a lot of people would have expected Flamengo to maybe knock Bayern out, maybe take Bayern all the way, maybe to penalties or near the end of extra time. But Bayern obviously got the job done. You know, going forward, I think they've got players that can hurt that PSG defence, and the likes of Harry Kane, Elise, etc. But like I said, I think Bayern defensively are a bit easy to play through, and I think with the attacking talent that Paris Saint-Germain have got in Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, even you know, the likes of Ramos, Kang-in Lee, etc. I think those players can easily run through that Bayern Munich defence. I think Bayern Munich defensively, they've got to be quite organised and compact to try and stop that PSG attack. But in the end, I think PSG are going to win. I think PSG will be too strong for Bayern. So in the end, my prediction in normal time, I think it's going to stay in normal time, is 3-1 to Paris Saint-Germain. And the final game of the quarterfinals from the Club World Cup, it is another all-European clash. It is a repeat, actually, of the 2024 Champions League final between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Now, of course, Real Madrid scraping past Juventus with a 1-0 win, and another goal for the youngster Gonzalo Garcia, who's been very impressive in this tournament for Real Madrid. It wasn't, for me, the strongest and most incredible performance from Real Madrid. I thought Juventus played very, very well in that game. I thought they created some very good opportunities. But obviously Real Madrid obviously getting the goal. And I think eventually they got better and obviously went on to win the game. Obviously Borussia Dortmund beat Monterrey. I didn't watch that game, so I don't know how Dortmund played. I think Guirassy scored both of I think Guirassy scored both of Dortmund's goals. I'm not really 100% sure. But overall, like I said in the round of 16 predictions, I think Real Madrid defensively had to watch out for the likes of Kolo Muani and that, which I was right, because I thought in the game between Real Madrid and Juve, over the chances Real Madrid had, the chances Juventus had, they came from the likes of Conceição, Kolo Muani, Yildiz, etc. And, Real Madrid have got to watch out for the attacking players Dortmund have. Guirassy is very good. Adeyemi's rapid. He's very fast. And, And I think they've got to be mindful around that Real Madrid defence of Guirassy, Adeyemi, etc. Jamie Gittins, I'm sure, is Jamie Gittins still playing for Dortmund? I know it's agreed to move to Chelsea, but I don't know if he's still at Dortmund or not. I don't know, but in the end, I think Real Madrid will probably nick this one. It's Real Madrid; they always find a way. And plus, as well, with Vinicius playing, it's going to be interesting what Xabi Alonso does. Is he going to start Garcia? Is he going to start Mbappe? Because I know Mbappe did come off the bench against Juventus. I don't know, but I think Real Madrid will just about win this one. I think Dortmund will give him a game, but I think Real Madrid will just about win. So my score prediction is Real Madrid 2, Dortmund 1. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the semi-final predictions of the Club World Cup. Goodbye.